Hi guys, welcome to this video. I'm making it just to sort of answer some questions about setting up an online store and hopefully just help out with anything that you need to know. And if there's anything I don't answer, please just ask in the comment section, or just even if you're not really sure what I mean, just ask. Because the best thing to do with this sort of thing is ask. Now, the first thing that you should do is probably come up with a name and something that's kind of meaningful. I'm going to explain a little bit about my name, which is, of course, Jellybee. What Jellybee means is that I did a project in university about bees. It was a whole animation and a kids book about the preservation of bumblebees. And so everyone kind of knew me as the girl with the bee animation. We made lots of bee jokes. And the jelly part was because I wanted something to go with bee. So I thought bee sounded like bean, jelly bean, jelly bee. Changed the spelling of jelly because I didn't like the Y. And that's it, really. This character... This is Helona, and she's actually the bee from my animation. So, there's that. So, once you've got yourself a name, you kind of need to identify yourself as a brand, I want to say, but more as who you are and what you're making. Now, this will always change. I started off with little stickers. If I've got a photo of them, I'll post it. I started off with little stickers and prints that I got from elsewhere. Didn't make anything myself, and that was okay for a bit, but then I started making my own stickers at home, and that went really well, but I got too many orders to keep up with, and so I then invested and made it into a business. So it will take a long time to get to a certain point. I mean, I've just hit my 100th, and let me check. My 104th order. So, yeah, so it does take quite a while to get to that sort of amount of orders. Unless you're a super popular artist, you probably won't get a ton of orders straight away. So you kind of need to develop an identity, and that's what I've done with my bees. I have bees on everything. So, yeah. As for my products, my main product are my stickers. I've got a little example up here. They're all pre-cut. As you can see, the line around them. And they just peel straight off the sheet, so that's something that is an identifying item of mine. A lot of people know about my stickers. I also have prints of my work, and I also do posters, which I can't show on camera, and I just started doing badges. I've got my own badge maker and badge packs, of course. I also sell traditional artwork, original pieces. Mostly I sell the small ones. But I also do, this is my newest thing, is books. And I also do my own book binding completely from scratch. These are just customised covers, hand-drawn sketchbook. I also do my own books from scratch, but I've currently sold all the ones that I've made. So I actually can't show you anything right now. I'm working on a sketchbook commission at the moment, a TARDIS one. So there we go. That's what happens before it goes in the bag. But this is ready to go, so I'm going to package this tonight. My packaging is quite small, as you can see. A lot of my stuff is small. The bigger things are my headphones, which I do Pokeball headphones and customised headphones. These are a pair I made for myself like 2 years ago now. And can't really see them. Yeah, so the paint's wearing off on them, but it's because I didn't varnish them. So they've stayed pretty good for unvarnished headphones. They've got image or a moon. Yeah, so I do headphones, and they stay in their original packaging because it's better that way. Keeps them more protected. And my posters go in a poster tube. I do not fold my posters because my paper's too thick. Another question I get asked is, where do you get your stuff made? And I could tell you that everything on here is 99.9% made at home. I make, apart from things like the plastic bags that go around my packaging. As you can see, I have it around everything. I don't make them because that would be far too expensive, and why would I when I could get them on eBay? I didn't make this sketchbook, but like I said, I do make my own books, but I do all my own printing. I do all my own stickers. I cut all my own stickers. I construct every single badge. Obviously these are all handmade. I do all of the packaging myself. I construct all my packaging. So this card I've printed myself, and I get the holes cut in my electronic cutting machine. I don't make my own business cards because it's so much cheaper just get them from a really cheap place. This is more of an information card, like take care of your stickers, but these are outdated now. I'm just literally using up the last 50 or so. And then there's a deal on where I work, and I'm going to get new cards. Yeah! So, yeah, I make everything at home. Some of you may or may not know that I have a large format printer which prints up to A1 or 24 inches wide. I also have a laser printer, and like I said, I have an electronic cutting machine and a badge press. So I make everything myself. I even have a hole punch for the slot, the hanging slot. Because I do like to kind of be professional, but I do like to do my own stuff at home because I've used companies in the past that, you know, they don't really get my stuff the way I want it, so I make it myself. It's the best way to control the quality. For those who are interested in more things like this, I am actually starting a company which will be producing sticker sheets, badges, and prints and posters, art prints and art posters specifically for artists and convention goers. So if any of you are interested in stocking an online store as well, let me know in the comments and I can give you a link to my website or an email address, and I will let you know when that's ready. So, the next thing to do, once you've got your brand, once you've got your stock, is to then make your brand go through everything. So, something that I like to do, I put my name on everything. There's jellybee.com on there, as well as my own personal website. Homemade stickers or handmade stickers by jellybee.com. Jellybee.com and my social media. Jellybee.com. It's not on my badges because I've tried to get it around here, but it's kind of hard. If I have an envelope that's blank, I will write it on. Other things like the backs of my sketchbooks. Jellybee.com. Just remind people where they got your stuff, really. It's nice that they remember, and then it kind of leads to more loyalty with consumers. That does tend to work. Oh, I've got another sheep stickers here. Meow. I'm trying to think. Other things I do, I've got a large badge pack as well, which has just gone online. See, jellybee.com. Also, you need to be careful with things like badges. Make sure you put little things on it like this, contain sharp objects. I think it's a must if you're selling anything in the EU. Another thing I've just started doing, I do actually put a card slip inside my stickers. And I put jellybee.com inside, and kind of see it up to the light there. I don't know if you can see that, but there's like a cameo shape inside, and it has like not like rules, but like guidelines for using your stickers. Like, they're not waterproofed, but they're water resistant. I try and make them scratch resistant. And if there's like any problems with stuff, then like to contact me on my social networks, anything like that. And that's all on the inside. So once they've bought the stickers, they pull it out and they're reminded again that it's by me. So even though I expect people to throw the card away and the bag, so do not spend a fortune on your packaging, because if you think about it, not a lot of people save it. I know I have a friend, and that's you, Andreas, who does keep some of my packaging and little things that I've sent him over the years, but he is a very, very loyal customer and a really good friend. So don't expect everyone to save your card or your packaging. Just expect it to be thrown away. So never splurge on things like I have my business cards for my art portfolio, which are stunning, and they cost me a lot of money. These cost me a fraction of the price, and I got like 500. And I just don't spend a lot on stuff like that will get thrown out. I've even had people tell me, like, because I have a raffle on the back of this, and they say like, and I say, oh, what number did you get? And they say, oh, I don't know, I chucked it out. So there you go. People do throw things out. When it comes to envelopes, I do print on my own envelopes as well. I have my return address, and I have do not bend, things like that. And basically, this is a C6 envelope and it fits A6. I don't know envelope and paper sizes in the US, I'm very sorry, but if you want to check out papersizes.org, I think it explains like all the sizes that I go through. Anyway, I put this inside, so when they open it, it pulls out front facing. And then I'll put this inside as well. If it's to a friend, I'll normally put in like a little letter or something, or a little doodle, something, whatever I have time to do. And I can kind of stack quite a few sticker sheets inside here. It keeps it nice and flat, and then I seal with a double-sided tape roller. And this is sticky on one side, and then so I run it round, and then I could close it. This stops me licking the envelopes, because I don't like licking envelopes, and personally I think it's kind of gross. Knowing that I'm sending this to someone and they're going to peel it back and it's like I've licked it, it's just gross to me. So I always seal with either tape. If it's not going to stay very shut, I do put tape down, but this is really, really strong. It's quite good. Also makes it look more polished and finished without seeing tape. So it's really good. And these are like, I think they're quite expensive actually. They're like £2 and I go through them like, you know, like milk. And I drink a lot of milk. Yeah, so the next thing is when you're sending stuff like badges. Obviously I get a bigger envelope for these. Anything like a badge pack like I have here, or loose badges. I do have little plastic baggies that I put these in. I don't have any to hand, so it's kind of, I can't really show you. Anyway, like I have tiny little plastic bags, kind of like the cello bags, but they're they don't seal at the top. So, or there's these which are already wrapped, and then I'll put the card in, like the "Your order is here" card, and then I'll slip this into a bubble envelope. And you see they fit quite nicely, and it's nice and soft, it's nice and squishy, and with badges and anything that's 3D, it will press against paper like on envelopes, and it could rip it and your stuff could get ruined. So if it's not flat, if it's not a print or a sticker sheet or anything quite flat, or even like if it is flat but quite thick, like I don't even know if this is going to fit in here, maybe not, use a bubble envelope. Okay, not expensive, especially if you buy them in bulk on eBay like I did with these. But yeah, also because it's blank, you see I have 2 blank envelopes here. Because I can't print on things like this right now, I do tend to draw a B and write my return address. Always write your return address. I've had like 3 orders come back. It's not a lot, but they still came back. And then always Obviously write the address clearly. I also have a little stamp. I have brown and yellow, of course, and this is a little bee. And sorry, please ignore my nails. I know it's atrocious. I'm very sorry. Yeah, so what I do is I stamp this all over the envelope. I don't go as mad as this, but I do have an example. I'll just cover her address. This is for my friend, and I did go really crazy with the bee stamp. But normally I put like 3 or 4 down. I haven't put any on the back. Yeah. So as you can see, I do put little bees on, whether it's brown or yellow, you know. I mean, the yellow doesn't really show up on here, so I use brown, but like the cream envelopes. Board back envelopes are really great for also things like stickers and prints, but because I put card in them, that's why they're okay to go through a traditional envelope. I use A5, or these are C5 size, because this is like A6, so double that, A5. Obviously A5 prints go in here. I still wouldn't put badges in anything like this thin and this flat. It should just go in a bubble envelope. But yeah, board back envelopes are great as well for keeping prints straight. And like I said, I design on that as well. The next thing that I was asked, oops, sorry, that was Facebook. The next thing that I was asked was about pricing your stock. And things like pricing your stock is kind of hard because you need to make money. Obviously, you're not here to give money away. So the best thing to do is to figure out how much it costs. So what I do, I actually have an accounting program on my printer that tells me exactly how much this cost me to print. So that's kind of irrelevant to most of you guys. But I can work out how much the card in the back cost as well, and how much the cellophane bag costs, and altogether it comes to my cost price. Then what you do is think about how much you would buy it for. So I charge £1.50 or $2.30 USD for these sticker sheets, and they sell quite well at that price, so I'm going to keep them like that, unless things like my cellophane bags go up, then so will my prices. But I make profit on that, of course, because it doesn't cost me £1.50 to make it. So I'm not going to actually disclose how much my stuff costs to print, because like I said, I am actually setting up a professional business and service, and I can't disclose information such as that because you're not my accountant and you're not my tax man, so unfortunately you're not entitled to that information. I'm not trying to be rude. I do have people ask me how much stuff costs, and I don't like it. I don't like people asking me private questions like that because it's a business. I don't go into a shop and ask, well, how much is that costing you? Why can't I get it that cheap? Because, you know, we've all got to make a living. But stuff does cost you. All you have to do to work out basic cost price is, if you've bought something like a pack of 100 cellophane bags, you just get the price, divide it by 100, and that's your cost per unit. Then obviously you take each cost per unit for everything, and then that gives you your total cost price, and then you just add on your profit. When you're working out how much profit you've made, you just take it away, and then you figure that out, and then you can do stuff like gross profit, net profit. Your gross profit is what you take total, stuff like takings. Net profit is what you make. So if I take £1.50 for this, then £1.50 is my gross profit, and my net profit is whatever the cost price is after the amount of the gross profit. So net profit is what goes in your pocket, and that's what you keep, basically. So there you go, very simple business. Bearing in mind, depending on what country you're in, you might need to pay tax on things like selling your own artwork. So please, please, please check with your local council and everything. I know in the UK it's a certain amount of money before you have to pay the tax. I think you have to be earning something like £1,000 a month before you pay the tax man anything to do with this. It might be changing. It might have changed by the time someone watches this video in the future. So always check. You do not want to be getting in trouble. Something else you need to do is set up a PayPal. Now, everyone on the internet can use a PayPal, even without a PayPal account, to pay you. So if they've got a credit or debit card, they can still use PayPal to pay you. They don't have to sign up. So PayPal is amazing. But you will pay a transaction fee of, I think it's like 3.4% plus something like 20p. I always think of the international because it costs more international, so then I know how much I'm losing on that. So yeah, just always check how much you're going to be paying PayPal. Something else you should do is sign up to Store Envy. And I am going to completely slate Etsy here. I'm sorry, Etsy users, I do not like Etsy one bit. It takes money from you for listing, it takes money from you for selling items, and then you've got your PayPal fees on top, so you're paying quite a lot before you take any money. So what Store Envy does, you don't pay sale fees, you don't pay transaction fees, you don't pay listing fees, you don't pay anything like that. You get 500 spaces in your shop. You can make your shop look really pretty, unlike an Etsy store, and it's just really good. I find it's more intuitive. It tells you how much money you've taken. It just tells you loads of stuff, and the Store Envy team is really helpful as well. Unlike I found the Etsy team weren't as helpful. I'm really sorry, but that's just my experience. Okay, I know there's people who make a living off Etsy, but I don't see why someone starting up now would go for Etsy over Store Envy, because you make more money through Store Envy. You get the money that you deserve. You still pay your PayPal fees on Store Envy because that's not up to them. They don't own PayPal. And anyway, PayPal's acting as a bank account. So, I mean, some people pay for bank accounts anyway. So, what else do I have to say? I've only got 6 minutes left recording time. So, yes. Make sure you keep on top of your orders as well. Always check your orders, check exactly what they want, and you won't have unhappy customers. Get it sent out as soon as you can. Pay for postage online, stick it to the envelope, get it in the post box as soon as you can. That will help you build up a really positive reputation as well. The companies I use to ship with are Royal Mail and Royal Mail, unfortunately. I just use my local post office, that's it. Royal Mail isn't very reliable, in my opinion, again, but it's the only option I've got. I can't afford a courier. Courier is quite expensive, so sorry guys, if you want to pay for a courier then go right ahead, but I can't afford a courier. I don't think there's anything else to talk about. Anyway, yeah, like I said, if there's anything I missed out or that you want to know more about, or ask me anything, honestly, I've been running an online store. I've ran an Etsy, which was crap. I ran my own online store coded from scratch, which was a lot of hard work with the maintenance. So I ran that for 1.5 years. And then I ran my Store Envy from September until now. And beyond, because I'm not going back to coding my own thing now. I also use Shopify for my business side of it. Like if I do any printing for anyone else, it's going to be through a Shopify website, which is a monthly subscription. So it's like Store Envy, but you get a lot more features and you have to pay for it. Can't think of anything else. Yeah, so just ask me anything you want to ask. I've probably talked far too much, and yeah, so just sorry, I've got a bad chest. Yeah, like I said, the main things are getting yourself a brand, get yourself on social media. I didn't mention that, but do it. Get your brand across your products. Have a dedication to your work. Don't just be like, oh, I'm just going to sell it. It's a little side thing. Have a dedication. Think about that person who's so excited to get your stickers and so excited that they'll even come on your Twitter and tell you. But just bring all that together and get yourself on Store Envy And that's all I have to say. Just ask me anything you want, and I could make another video, or I can answer in the comments if it's easy enough. So I hope this helps, and thanks for watching.